It's the week of Thanksgiving, and our show includes these stories.
VA keeps pushing to eliminate veteran homelessness.
This event at Pittsburgh's Heinz Field was dubbed the main event, and it wasn't wrestling.
And a look at the monument men of World War II.
Hello, I'm Laura Surgott with the Chief Business Office.
And I'm Adam Anasich with the Office of Congressional and Legislative Affairs. This is VA News.
VA continues to press towards its goal of eliminating veterans' homelessness by 2015. Toward that end, the department recently approved almost $9 million in grants to fund 164 projects in 37 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico to rehabilitate current transitional housing projects and to acquire vans to facilitate the transportation needs of homeless veterans. The grants were awarded through the VA Grant and Per Diem program for current operation grantees. The program helps close gaps in available, safe and secure housing and quality support and services for the nation's most vulnerable homeless. VA has decreased veteran homelessness by more than 17% in the last 4 years. The department has committed more than $1 billion this fiscal year to strengthen programs that prevent and treat the many issues that can lead to veterans being homeless. Help a homeless veteran or one at risk of being homeless by referring them to the National Call Center for Homeless Veterans at 1-877-4AID-VET or direct them to the web address on the screen. You can also find more information on VA homeless programs at that address.
Troy Polamalu is one of the most fierce defensive players in the National Football League and one of the most recognized, primarily because of his absolutely huge hair. Like it or not, it's gotten him a lot of attention and endorsements. On Veterans Day, Polamalu stepped up to put his hair on the line for veterans. From the Pittsburgh VA healthcare system, here's a report from Scott Guido at Heinz Field, the Steelers Stadium, on November 11th.
Pittsburgh Steelers strong safety Troy Polamalu is known for his hits on the field, but off-field, his hair is getting all the attention.
Yo, Troy, you been using my shampoo? Because it's for guys who want thicker looking hair.
I didn't use it.
Troy's hair, which at one time was insured for $1 million, has been the star of several commercials for Head & Shoulders shampoo. His hair took center stage at the main event held at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on Veterans Day.
Be careful, Gary.
To show his appreciation for veterans, Troy cut several locks, about 3 inches in length, from his iconic hair, which hasn't been cut in over 11 years. Troy grew up around friends and family who are veterans and has a deep appreciation for the sacrifices of all veterans.
To me, you know, the way that pop culture is now, people look at a lot of people within pop culture as heroes or idols, and you know, some of them rightfully so, but I've always looked at the military in that eyes, or people that were in the military in that sort of hero role that they played within my life.
The main event is a VFW-sponsored event in which participants get sponsors to donate money in exchange for a haircut. The donations are used to sponsor VFW programs for veterans.
It's amazing what you can do when you come together. You know, an individual can change the world and take a stand for a worthy cause, but donations and working together, we can accomplish great things. The VFW main event is just such a program to make it possible for us to continue the work of the Veterans of Foreign Wars for veterans and their families in our active duty military.
Kurt Ruckledge, a veteran himself, raised over $14,000 for the main event, the largest amount raised by an individual so far.
This all started with, like Joni said, wanted to get a haircut. Reached out to all my friends, family, clients, customers, and they just ponied up, and here we are today.
Participants raise money by sponsorship, but Troy's hair will be auctioned off and the proceeds donated to the VFW main event. He hopes that this event will encourage people to show their appreciation to our nation's heroes.
I think the awareness that anybody can just show their appreciation, buying them a drink, telling them how much you appreciate their sacrifice and service, for our everyday mundane things that we take for granted. And sincerely, on behalf of myself, my wife, my children, and my family, we thank all the veterans.
This is Scott Guido at Pittsburgh's Heinz Field for VA News.
George Clooney alert! There's a star-studded movie coming out about a team of men who rescued art and culture, and ultimately history, from the rubble and Nazis during World War II. It's called The Monuments Men.
The current edition of VA's award-winning video news magazine, The American Veteran, airing now, has the true story of World War II's rescuers of history. We have it to share with you.
While Nazi forces were ransacking Europe's cities and plundering her priceless art treasures, the United States was devising a plan to reclaim what had been stolen.
Just to give you some kind of feel for the extent, Hitler's collection of paintings reached 4,100 paintings that he had in his particular collection alone.
Harry Ettlinger was a buck private in the Army, 19 years old and about to be sent into battle. But because he spoke German, he was assigned instead to the Recovery Project.
My most precious birthday gift I ever got in my life that occurred on that particular day. Out of the 8 men that I went overseas with, 3 of them were killed in action, and 5 more wounded. And it has affected me mentally and spiritually, that I was saved.
Harry still believes he was spared for a reason.
It's one thing that I'm proud of, and one thing that I tell all Americans they should be proud of, that we stood for the first time in the history of civilization, not for the destruction, not for the thievery of culture, but for the saving of culture.
About 350 men and women from 13 nations took part in the Monuments Men project. In all, they recovered more than 5 million paintings and other stolen artifacts, then saw to it that they were returned to their rightful owners. Harry himself uncovered this Rembrandt self-portrait stashed in a salt mine in Germany, just one of many masterpieces that were recovered by the Monuments Men.
It was the focus and passion of these men and women that really helped preserve some of the greatest treasures of European and world culture.
Archivist Michael Kurtz is the author of a book about the Monuments Men.
I've dedicated my book to the Monuments, Fine Arts, and Archives officers because I think they are real and genuine American heroes. They were going into these mines. There were mines that the Germans had left munitions behind with the idea of trying to blow them up. This took a lot of physical courage as well as hard work.
Surviving Monuments Men like Harry Ettlinger know well the price that was paid in achieving their mission.
Many, many hundreds of Americans lost their lives because of the difficulties of trying to come along and save the culture of Europe.
The story of what they achieved has become an inspiring reminder of our own nation's historical heritage, which has so often depended on the heroic actions of individuals like the Monuments Men.
Just like the story on Troy Polamalu, we always hold over Veterans Day coverage to run during the week of Thanksgiving. It's inevitable that there's more coverage than we can put in one show. However, it adds to the festive nature of one of America's most favored holidays. Here's some more from Veterans Day 2013.
It's great just, to see the veterans and the food and the people and the camaraderie and the excitement. So that's what brought me down here today, because being a veteran, it's nice that the country gives back.
All right, my man.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
You all right? How you doing?
Did you know? On Veterans Day, the Bowlers to Veterans link presented Secretary Shinseki with a check for more than $800,000 to go towards programs that help veterans. It's the 4th year in a row the service organization, with the support of the Pro Bowlers Association, has made a very large donation to support VA programs. The presentation was made at a Medal of Honor Society reception at the Women in the Military in Service to America Memorial at Arlington National Cemetery.
It is a reflection of the generosity of bowlers in this country. Every time they go, to the lanes, there is a contribution from veterans. So the statement is, every day strikes are being rolled for our veterans.
That's all for this week. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Adam Anasich.
And I'm Laura Surgott. Have a great week and a safe and happy Thanksgiving, everyone.